with a praise because this man has done so much. And I'm gonna be real nice. Flash Flood. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? What's
How you
up,
doing?
bro? I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here, man.
Happy to be here.
Glad you finally get me on the pod.
Hey,
You know what? What I'm gonna say is, you told me you was mad at me. We was gonna have to get it out the way. I was like, what you talking about? He said, man, we gonna have to move some furniture. I'm like, what you talking about? Man, I sent you a message to be on my pod. I'm like, man, I don't be on social media.
Yeah.
He said we was gonna have to get it out the way.
That's real. I did.
Yeah.
I said, why? Because, hey, it's gotten easier now. I'm going to say this, you Hollywood types. Y'all Hollywood.
There you go.
Hey,
There you go.
Flash
All right.
Flood is a real Hollywood type. When he walk into a room, he demand respect. Everybody go ahead. They bring the potato chips. They bring babies
That's
for him
a lie.
to kiss
That's
the
a
baby
lie.
to be presidential,
That's
shit
a
like
lie.
that. It's okay, though.
You be on one. Don't do that. Nah. No, I'm never Hollywood ever been.
Okay.
Just because I stay to myself, you know what I mean? People, I'm out the way. I'm taking care of my wife. If I ain't coming out to do something, to make money or contribute to this comedy thing, you ain't gonna go. My time is not free. I'm not out partying. I'm not. If you see me at a club, it's because either I just performed there,
Okay.
or after a show, if a comedian want to go out somewhere, I might take them. I'm so busy, man. I do electrical work. I got 5 kids, grandkids. You know what I mean? I be busy. So I don't hang out like that.
That man just said, my life is life, and that's what you just said.
I be busy, man. You
Okay.
know.
Now, I'll go ahead and get the formalities out the way. This is a question that everybody that sits in that chair has to answer.
Okay.
We are the roast of Flash Flood. Who are 5 comedians that Flash Flood would hate to roast him?
Sleazy. Derek Sleazy. Is this just local or
It is period.
Sleazy? Sebo. Ron.
Okay.
Tony Hinchcliffe. Bill Burr.
This man you just gave me 5.
Okay. Yeah.
And you
It's another. If I'm gonna keep it, people that I actually know, I take and Bill Burr. I will put Johnny Mark.
Okay.
I don't even know if he's even still doing. I don't think he's still doing stand up. He's a comedian, but he moved to Atlanta years ago. He one of the funniest dudes that you would not want to get on your ass.
Yeah.
Him. Who else? That's about all I can think of. I got. How many is it?
You gave 5 and a bonus.
Okay. Yeah, Money Mark, I would have to put toward the front of the line too, right behind Sleazy, in between him and Sebo.
The fact that you bring up Sleazy, this is something that you probably. There's not one person that sat in that chair
And ain't said Sleazy.
that ain't said it.
I'm telling you, business. Like, dude he don't care. Like, that's what he love to do. And it's all up, like you said, that I would hate.
That's right.
I would love for them to do it, but I would hate it because it would be so bad. It'd be so funny.
You know what people have said is that the word, when I say hate, it's because they know what they getting into.
They gonna bring it.
They gonna hurt.
Sebo gonna bring it.
Well, you know.
Antagonist with his shit. Be that funny, but he get animated with stuff. He start moving around. He won't shut up. Like he get it in too. If it's funny or not, he gonna keep going.
That's real.
Yeah.
What made you choose the comedy journey?
Yeah. Because I've been funny all my life, really. What seriously made me start doing it?
Yeah.
Because I've done a lot of things. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging and nothing like that, but I've been good at multiple things. Like, I used to rap, make music. I used to dance when I was little, like I was one of the best dancers in the city. But I've always been funny through everything, and I've tried it all, like everything. I remember one time I ended up going to jail, right? I was in there for a few months. And shout out to Go-Go Ugly, he was in there. And it was like, man, he a comedian. I was like, and, he just went by Ugly. But in jail, like if you make, like, some of the dudes were like, man, if you can make me laugh, you can make anybody laugh. We would stay up all night, and all the old niggas would be like, man, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Mothers get mad, they get to but we stay up cracking all night. Even the dudes that was mad, I would break them and they would laugh. Like, bro, if you can make me laugh, you can make anybody laugh. So after all that, when I got out, I knew a dude that knew Renard and all them. He knew the scene.
Okay.
I never knew about this shit. Like, if you funny, it wasn't an avenue to be a comedian. Like, you could play sports. You could do that in school. You could do that on little leagues. But ain't no path to being a comedian. You just know them, that's what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't even know how it works. You think they just up there talking. But it's work to go into it.
A lot of it.
So my homeboy, John Wright, shout out to John, he knew Renard, so he kind of knew B-Cove and all of them. And he was like, man, they've been telling me for years, man, you need to be a comedian. And you brush it off, like, oh man, the comedian. Who's a fucking comedian? That shit don't happen out there. But he introduced me to, he said, man, this is what you do. He said, man, it's gonna be a comedy show at the Corner Bar. You come, and you ain't even gotta go up if you wanna just watch and see how it go. Then do it. I was like, all right, bet. Went to the Corner Bar, and Renard was hosting. They asked me, did I want to do some time? I was like, nah, I just want to watch. So I watched the first week. Second week, I went up, and I never stopped after that. Never. After that night, I was doing comedy probably 6 times a week. No, 6 nights a week.
Okay.
Sometimes multiple times in the night. Every week for like 2 or 3 years.
That's great.
No, like 3 months after I started doing comedy, they had like a competition. It was the Big Easy Comedy Festival. It was based in New Orleans, I think.
Okay.
But it was a regional thing, so they would pick people out of Atlanta, the best out of Nashville, out of Kentucky, different regions, out of California. And I ended up winning. This was like 3 months after I started. But it was kind of a little glitch in the game. But I ended up going to New Orleans. That's why I met Mario. You remember Mario?
Okay.
So, like, a few months after I started, I was closing shows. You know what I mean? And that was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my rise was kind of quick. But after that first time, man, I didn't stop. Didn't stop. I always been a comedian. Class clown, getting put out of class, getting all the paddlings, write-offs. You know what I'm saying? I would break the teacher. The teacher would, I always stop. Then she would just, they would always have to laugh.
That's crazy.
They would turn me around when they see me coming in class. Like, I come off suspension, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna get my shit together. I ain't gonna fuck up. I'm gonna be good. I'll be walking to class. They see me coming, they be like, just go on. I'm like, yeah, ain't no use to getting started. They would turn me around. But that's what made me start doing comedy. One of my partners introduced me. But everyone would always tell me, you should be a comedian. You remember how you used to sign yearbooks?
Yeah.
The comedian, they would say that. You know what I mean? Back then. But
so now you got what, 20 years in the game?
Nah. I started in 2010.
2010?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And now you still relevant.
I don't know. I wouldn't say relevant.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because I ain't out there like that. You know that.
All right, here we go. So he's sitting there trying to be humble. So let's go ahead and do this. So we are filming this. I think today's date is March 9th. So Mr. will be headlining.
That don't mean
Head Comedy House.
I mean. No, I'm not. Like this game right here, it is out of sight, out of mind. Family, get my shit together, so I'm not as relevant as some of the new guys that's getting to work. That, you know what I mean? I'm only coming out when somebody be like, "Hey man, I need you to headline. I'm gonna pay you." Okay, then it's worth my time to come out.
That is it.
But that's not.
It's current. You could say they are more current, and they're in the. But you are relevant because they seeking you.
Okay, if that's what you want to say.
You know,
I wouldn't say right.
Let me stay over here.
No, you know.
Hey, look here. My engineer is very opinionated.
Yeah, that's fine. I like opinions.
She go get it all. But
No.
now, but in reality, so you're trying to be humble. I get that.
Why you gotta say trying?
Trying to be humble.
I am humble.
No. I have seen you on stage.
But that don't
multiple
mean
times.
I'm not humble.
Hey,
No, I think he's saying like you.
I'm downplaying.
you downplaying.
I'm not downplaying nothing.
No, you're not.
Okay.
When you call say, hey,
That hard.
I believe in my skill. I know what I can do.
do you?
Yes. But I'm not saying that I'm better than nobody. Or... Okay.
Because at the end, there's a segue for that. I'm not gonna. I think Sleazy put it best. There is no king of Nashville.
Right.
But what I'll say is this: is this a competitive sport? Somewhat. But can we all work together? Yes, we can.
Yep.
Even giving everybody, not just the OGs, but I try to give everybody they flowers for a reason. And there's no big eyes and little U's. So when I see you coming out, for me, because like I say, I started out on some fan shit beforehand.
When did you start?
I started doing comedy 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
What
Okay.
is you pointing your finger for?
I see you. You don't give 6 month energy.
I don't give 6 month in it, but once again, with me, I studied comedy. I love comedy, and like I've said this story several times. There was a time in my life where finances was not what they are now. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
So all I had was a phone and a Bluetooth speaker, and I would listen to stand up all night long till the Bluetooth speaker went dead.
Yeah.
So when you have a situation like that, it's different. So when I'm able to see people that I have seen live on stage and go to work and do what I love to do,
Yeah.
like I said, you give me something to strive for.
Well,
Because I say this, your humbleness of, oh yeah, man, you know, I'm just really out the way. You know,
I am out the way.
I only because and let me give you flowers because here it is. Let me hit you. I'm on my Shay Shay shit now.
Yo, who?
My Shay Shay shit. So
Wait.
I'm this man to say I'm out the way. I can go and literally host his ass off and have people side splitting for somebody that's been out the way for who knows how long. But I watched it.
Yeah.
And that lets me know I ain't surgical yet. I ain't even lukewarm. I ain't cold. I'm
That's the
not
same thing. But see, that because of what he's seeing from me, I experienced the same thing he experienced when I'm on the stage with Carlos Miller or even Sleazy and just my partners. Like, cause we got a little thing to where example. Went to Louisville
Okay.
and did Eric Kimbrough's room. I don't know if you know Eric Kimbrough.
I do.
That's my brother. Shout out to Eric. It was me, Mike James. We wrote, and you know what Mike James doing? Like, I'm trying to get to where he's at, cause he doing arenas and stuff like that. And Eric show out. So I'm like, man, let Mike James close it out. Like Mike James more, you know what I mean? Cause Mike James go hard.
Yes.
But this is what we do, cause I'm looking at him the way he's at, not like my brother, like we, you know what I mean? Cause we've been through this for years. Wanna follow Sleazy or Mike James or Renaud. Like, it's gonna be, you're gonna make it stronger. So me and Mike James over there arguing over who gonna go. So Meech Dog was like, I'll go last or whatever. He was like, I think they ended up letting Meech go last, but before Meech, Mike James went before me. So Mike James up there murdering it. It's a full up there murdering. I get, because when you up there, when you seeing what's before killing, it make you nervous. Oh shit, what I'm gonna do? You pacing back and forth, and I always find that that's great. That's great, because when you're nervous, your brain is firing. If you're too confident, I done did shows to one, oh man, I got this, and ain't do as well. Because you relaxed. Your mind is not, when you nervous, your brain is firing. All your synapses is going. So Mike James up there killing. I'm talking about, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm back there drinking. I'm like, woo. And shit. Like, that's Bruce Lee back there. I'm back there. I'm stretching this shit. I'm nervous. I go up there, murdered. I get off stage, Mike James said, he just walked past me. He didn't stop me. He just walked past me. See what I'm talking about? I'm talking about destroyed that motherfucker. He walked past me. He didn't even look at me. He just, see what I'm talking about? Oh, but that's where you get humble, because as good as you think you are, you'll work with somebody to show you that. You know what I mean? Some of my brothers, even like when I'm on bigger shows, like being, you know, watching Cedric Entertainer work from behind stage, you be like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I see why you're getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just about you being fun, captivating the audience, your timing, your presence. You know, it's just different things that come with it. So I know I got a lot of work to do. That's why I'm humble, because as funny as I know I am, I'm not as funny as I think I am. You know what I'm saying? I just got, so I know ain't nothing to beat my chest about, because it's other motherfuckers that's killing it.
Yeah. It's a lot. Nashville has a lot to offer. A lot to offer, as far as comedy goes. And this is white and black. It's just not a black thing or a white thing. I just filmed a podcast Thursday with a Chinese comedian, which was very strange to me. But when I went in, I was like, okay, I guess this is exactly what Trump was talking about. This is the all the races, all of us together.
That's the beautiful thing about comedy, man. like I said, I used to do music.
Okay.
And we had some success. Like we had a song put in a Tom Cruise movie.
Man. Okay.
It's a scene where it's a car going down the street. This is in the movie, and it's like shit on fire, dumpsters turned over, and it's a car going down the street, and the dude just driving down the street is playing our song in the scene. And we had a song played in a Super Bowl commercial, and the Budweiser.
Oh man.
No bullshit. And it was a hot song back like in I'm gonna say like 99, 2000 on like before, like local radio was playing any local artist. You know what I'm saying? This was before G Unit and all
Okay.
that shit. Like our song was on the radio with the rest of everybody else. It was unheard of in Nashville.
Yeah.
We was doing like the DJ intros, like the radio person like Rick Walker and all. We did their intro songs.
Sister Claude.
All that
Rick
we would do
Walker.
their intros for everybody on the radio. So they was like, okay, y'all good. And then we got put. It was a song called Bounce, and that song was played. Budweiser used that song in a commercial during the Super Bowl one year. So we success from that. But music. Now, come on, you know how music go or business go. We didn't see no money from it. With music and knowing other artists, because we worked with a lot of them. We worked with T.I. when he was right finna blow up, right when he was coming out there, 24s, right when he was on there, we did shows with him, Sean Paul, the Jamaican nigga. Like we did shows with CeeLo Green, and you know what I mean? And it's hard to meet artists. Like you be like, okay, we on the show with them, we gonna get to meet them, we gonna hook up. It ain't like that. They be more Hollywood than comedians are. When I worked with Sid, got to meet Sid, Shake It Up, Chip, nephew Tommy. You hang out with them backstage. Hey, here's my number. Whoop whoop. This that. JJ, man, call me anytime. I can call him right now. Mario, I can call him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying he look at my kids like nephews and nieces, same way with them. You know what I mean? It's different with comedians. It's more.
It's a brotherhood.
It's definitely more than that with music.
Yeah.
So that's a different element than with the music shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know what my point. I was trying to describe the music and doing comedy. You know what I mean? Because I did both of them.
Okay.
And it's different. And then music just so dangerous now.
I mean,
You know, to be a successful rapper, you got to get shot.
you must
You
get.
got to. You have to have one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you ain't got no felony, nigga, you ain't.
You ain't you hold on. Let
You gotta have
let me use your
kids-
phone. Stamped yet.
Yeah, you ain't stamped. Now you gotta actually be in a game. Now. Yeah, you know.
Well,
You gotta actually destroy it better.
that's bad in itself. So, Nash, this is where do you see yourself at the end of the year, comedy wise, or is comedy gonna be a focus for you this year?
I want it to be.
Okay.
Yes, we're being realistic. I want it to be, but where I'm at is anything, whether it's music, comedy, acting, running a business, you got to be 100% dedicated.
Yep.
It's sacrifices got to come. You got to be able to say, fuck everything. Not fuck it like you don't care about it, but this come first. You got to have your priorities there. And with comedy, as much as I love it, I never stop doing it, my priorities is with my children and my wife. And that takes me away from them. It's going to have to.
Yeah.
Because you got to say, I'm not on the scene. I'd rather spend my time with my kids and my wife and stuff like that, which I'd rather be doing comedy as well. So I got to pick. So being realistic, I don't know. I don't even know if it even happened for me. Just to be real, it don't matter how funny you are. It's a lot of comedians that's not as funny that's successful because they dedicated. They got the drive. They making the sacrifices. It's just like a lot of basketball players. There's people out there that may have been better than Jordan, but they didn't have the dedication that him or Kobe had. Because it takes for you to be in that gym every day when everybody else ain't there. Same with the comedy. And I could make it happen. I do believe I got the talent to make it happen, but
Just
my
sacrifice.
children to suffer for it right now, for the long haul.
This is and this is from my own standpoint. I'm new, so what I'm learning is I always have the time to put in, and it's bad because I'm so early into this. So I don't always have the time to even do a lot of the shows. I know that it takes to even get to the point where you're
10,000 hours. 1,000 hours.
I don't always have the time, the effort, because like I said, I work a full-time job too, and then I run a business too.
Yeah.
And then we 14, 15 hours deep to go and try to do an open mic for an hour.
Yeah.
And that's
You got young children?
No.
See, that's a difference.
No.
Because it not saying it's that much a difference because you're gonna always be dedicated to your kids.
Yeah.
But when you got young children, it makes it harder because they are at home.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the daddy that's never there. You know what I mean? But not to interrupt you.
No, you're the interviewer. You can.
It's not an interview. It's a conversation. I don't like interviews.
Hey, no.
It too.
I don't mind getting into mine. I don't mind.
I don't like interviews. This ain't no interview. I just.
I appreciate that. This man is the shit. Boy, I tell you. You did?
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that. I'm agreeing with him like, yeah? It wasn't like a yeah. It's like a yeah. It just seemed like one, but you can't read people once, meet them for
Man,
a couple
look,
minutes.
I'm going to tell you this. He doesn't always listen, but
They never listen. Okay, what are you talking about?
man, kids don't listen to parents when they get grown,
No.
because at the end of the day, every son wants you to body slam them. I hate you to body slam them because once a son get big enough, they think they can fight daddy.
You know what? I'm a son. I never thought I was big enough to do that.
Tried him.
My daddy was a black belt, bro.
Really?
Yes. Why you think I studied?
Man.
I got my kids in karate and shit. Like, no, my passed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay.
He was 88. I still had a little, you know what I mean? Because in the end, it was like, he suffered from dementia. And, you know, older people, I ended up having to feed him and stuff like that. But it was almost like the roles were reversed.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't think I could try my daddy, even though I still had to be like, Daddy, stop doing this. Don't do that. Because he was trying to fight the nurses and shit. But I've never, ever. It was a lot of stories I heard about my daddy going to bars and shit, fighting people. He would go to jail from his job. Like, motherfuckers, they tried to fire my daddy one time. He was like, okay, he locked the doors on him, on the people.
Dog.
Legs had to go to jail for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Yes. I would never, ever try it.
That's, you know,
Never.
I can't say that I didn't. Now, I didn't never put my hands on my daddy, but me and my daddy got to arguing all the time.
Yeah.
We got to. This is a segue. I get to say this on camera. I remember my daddy shot at me one time. Yeah. If you ever hear me, I tell stories on stage all the time about my dad. But this time that he shot at me, I could laugh. It's funny. So at the time, I'm from the country, from the real country.
I know.
I burned wood in my house. That let you know. In my first house that I lived in, when I got out of the military and all that, I burned wood. Well, my daddy, we
From Columbia?
Yeah. On the farm, okay? So I go out
Mule Day.
Mule Day get ready to come up. So I go over to the farm and say I'm going to get me some wood. But I get it first.
You just gonna go get it.
Man, look here. I am loading up my truck. When I say I got a load, I load. Next thing I know, I hear.
So did he shoot at you on purpose?
He shot at me on purpose. Well, let me land. I said, like, what? I turned around and said, hey, man, what? He said, oh, I know who. Get out my damn
Put my shit down.
Get out my damn wood pile. So
Hell
I'm
no.
sitting there. I said, you want me to put it back? He said, no, you ain't got to put it back. Again. I said, he said, I'm just letting you know the next time you come over and get any wood out of here, the third one is going in here.
Yeah.
I said, man, this is crazy.
But see, he wasn't trying to kill, he was trying to teach you a lesson.
He taught me once. They got his wood pile. They,
That's all he wanted.
man,
That's all he wanted was for you to be like, hey, daddy, can I come get some wood? You know what I'm saying? My house will look cold. I gotta cook some pancakes.
That man busted. Man, I wear this necklace all the time. So just because me and dude was this.
This is my daddy necklace.
Hey, daddy is then. So
It's my daddy
that's a
necklace.
bond right there. But that's a good thing. Boy, that's Black Dads, man. Shout out to Black Dads. Because
Yes.
that's all right.
And to your point, where you don't listen, but they don't. Because they think they know shit. But every time they get in the shit, who they come call?
Hey, don't call.
They come calling you. You know what I'm saying? So,
I look at it from this standpoint of you want to be grown, be grown. I'm gonna fuss and I'm gonna still get you out of whatever it is.
yeah, don't listen.
That's what's up.
Even like today, they didn't want to come. Not for the reason that they shouldn't have came.
Okay.
They shouldn't have came because of where we at.
Yeah.
They didn't want to come because they want to play games all day, video games and shit.
Okay.
So man, come and see what Daddy do.
Yeah.
Go before I came here.
Understood.
I went to go check out this little electrical project.
Okay.
I want them to see that. You know what I mean? But I try not to force nothing on them. I want them to be their own men, but I still gotta show them some shit. But they don't want to listen. They think my daughter thinks she got to figure it out. Like,
When you I get to ask this.
hold up. Before we do that, shout out to all my children. Elijah's my oldest. Elijah.
He had to think about it.
Nah, I didn't think because I know your name, Adrian. Adrian, Amarian, and Arian. Those are my boys. They outside. But
Man,
shout out to my kids. Shout out to my wife, Krista, too.
Hey, boy.
She the one. Outside.
Yeah.
Outside my house.
Yeah.
She the one.
That's
She the
a-
one. She the one. I won't say she changed me. She made me want to change. Yeah.
Boy.
No, for real.
That man, I love the fact that you care about your family, you care about your wife.
Care about. I idolize them.
That means
I idolize my wife.
so that lets me know that you know what you're doing everything for. Because
Yeah.
when you get up early in the morning, because you're early morning, when you get up early in the morning, you come home tired and you keep going. At least you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I'm
everything
trying
for.
to figure that part out too.
Are you?
Yes, because I know what I'm working for, but should I be working what I'm doing for that, for my family? Because I know I know what the goal is. The goal is the comedy, but am I willing to put them through what it takes to make it there? Because what I'm doing now is paying the bill, but I know it's a better over here, but it's gonna be rough to get there. So I don't want them to suffer for.
Do you know that you just really hit home with everything that I have been trying to get through to my engineer,
What's
and
that?
my family
Yeah.
about the dedication. I've gotten a lot of opportunities this thing came,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I can't
Monetary?
the money has been I've been offered some money.
Okay. So you shouldn't turn down the bread. Because this is what I'm saying. That's why when I do shows and shit, I get paid for them because they can see that. You know what I mean? But what they don't see is the setting up for the future for the monetary. Because it's you coming out without money. Money ain't everything. The opportunity will bring the money. You know what I'm saying? But,
Okay.
you know, but you shouldn't turn down the money. I don't turn it down.
Turn down none of my collar.
It got to be worth it though. The money got to be worth it.
And then I'm gonna say this: the money was a nice amount of money, but it's
How
not
much was it? Put it out there. We talking. This is what make a podcast good.
about 10K.
For what? You ain't have to fuck nobody.
Didn't have about 10K. No, I didn't. A whole lot of shows.
How many?
About 15.
15 shows.
Bro, you finna retire. Who cares? Let's go.
Bro, you break 15 down. You break 10,000 down 15 times. That's how much you getting per show.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, why you didn't do it?
Because at the end of the day, and just the spirit of transparency on this camera, my job that I have has extremely good insurance. Extremely good insurance.
Yes. And
in reality,
that's important.
And when I say, but I mean it's out there at this point. My daughter's migraine medicine is so expensive.
$10,000 wouldn't even fuck with it.
It's going
For long term.
For
You want to get to 10,000,
and then it'd be
losing your insurance. That's okay. I understand that, but
so,
not saying but in your situation. In my situation,
yeah.
when I work, they understand that I am a comedian.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna take off, I'm gonna take off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's worth it for me to take off my job.
So that was the only thing with this is I have to keep that good insurance, I gotta have a registered amount of hours per week. So I was going to lose about, I'm gonna say 18 hours. I literally went through like the scheduling of
It was over the country, or
it was gonna be basically Southeast region.
Southeast, okay,
Southeast region.
Tennessee on down to
Down
Texas,
Florida,
and all-
Mississippi going over to Florida.
Okay.
But
6-7 hour drive.
I was gonna lose 18 hours.
Yeah.
That was gonna be the minimum that I lose, and I gotta have that. If I could have got it to where it was like 10,
So
yeah.
is this a big company or corporation?
It is not a huge company.
It's a mom and pop brand?
Pretty much.
Okay, so, because I was thinking like, maybe your boss could be like, you know what I mean, whoop, whoop.
Trust me, I worked it every. When
can't
I
clock
say,
in and-
do you know how hard it was for me to say
No. Yeah.
no? It was hard, and I'm looking
I
at
can
it from,
understand that.
I'm looking at it from the standpoint of
Long term.
long term. This is not just me.
Yes.
But
right.
so when I say that, boy, God don't ever make no mistakes. What you said about the fact of trying to figure out whether or not your family
Have to suffer
I can't allow myself
to
to
feel
know.
your
y'all,
dream.
y'all can't because even when I tell people all the time, I took every lick that my kids don't have to take the lick no more. My kids don't have to take the same licks as
Yes.
everybody else.
But is that always smart?
It might not have been smart, but it was the way.
It feel better to us.
Yeah, it feels better.
Is it? It's
Boy,
not
I'm
smart.
gonna get to say that. My told me that they would have rather had time with me versus all the monetary shit. And in my mind, I can say that I thought me giving them monetary things was what
Struggle with your parents.
Yeah.
So you do the same
I didn't
things
want
that
them to
you.
have to go.
Yes. I'd rather be there at events and stuff like that, and you have your bills paid. Don't have to worry about food, getting bragged on about your clothes, and a provider, because that's our job. Our
Yeah.
job is to be a protector and a
Exactly.
provider. And they want the time with you because they got the monetary shit. But if they didn't have the monetary shit,
Exactly.
so you have to That's what I'm wrestling with, though.
Yeah, hey, we seem to have the same struggle. And it ain't no fun thing.
Because I know that if I did this 100%, it's gonna pay off in the long run, and it will be better off.
That's probably true.
Them, maybe generations to come. Because
Yeah.
if I'm gonna say it like this: if I keep on going with what I'm doing today, which is feeding us and them, I don't think it's gonna work out too good.
Okay.
Because I'm not setting myself up for the future. I'm not setting my children up for the future. I'm not. I'm working. I'm paying the bills. They got what they need for right now. I'm not setting them up to go ahead. I am with their education because all my kids are honor roll students.
Yeah.
I'm there and I'm present. So maybe they could take it and go further than I went. But I'm not leaving them nothing. If I died, I'm not leaving them a thing. My dad didn't leave me nothing. You know what I mean?
And
I don't want to turn out like that with them.
And that is why I say monetarily I might go as, because I don't want, well, let me go on and say it. I don't want where at the end or when it's the time for Mr. 505 to call it a quit, expire. That's the word.
That's a YouTube word.
That's a YouTube word, exactly. I don't want my go out there and fry no fish to put me in the ground or whatever.
Exactly. Car washes.
Exactly. I want y'all
Bingo.
to be. Exactly. I want my children. I want my children to be comfortable. I want my kids to know, if nothing else, my daddy was a warrior. My daddy went out like a bulldozer. He went out there and made sure that I'm good, and nobody in my family has to worry because I went ahead and took that lick so you didn't have to.
Yeah.
So
I get that, and that's why I'm at. But if you look deep down, is that really the right way to go?
Well,
Because I'm gonna tell you this: struggle builds character,
it does.
even if it's self-inflicted character. Like work out every day, knowing how to operate on a team and shit. It teach you how to work with other people. But struggle builds character. There's no motherfucker. I don't know about the billionaires, but most of the people that's successful, they went through some hard shit. Mike Tyson, LeBron, you know what I mean? They should build character. If you're soft, or you always had it handed to you, then you don't appreciate shit. Like they appreciate things, but they don't understand the value of money.
Yeah.
Not saying that they want it, because sometimes they don't care about money. They got money for gifts, or do you want this? They'll be like, nah, you keep it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really have the value about money like that, because they do have everything that they want. Well, not want, but definitely need.
Yeah.
But here's a quote. I don't know which boxer said it. That it's hard to get up when you're laying on silk sheets. So if you make your kids' life too easy, they don't know how to go out and get shit. So when they go out there into the real world, they don't know how to fight for nothing, because they ain't never had to fight. So is making their lives that easy the best thing for them? Maybe they should go through some of this struggle that I went through, because it makes a dog. You know what I'm saying? Am I doing the best thing for them by? Or am I leading them to some bullshit that they can't handle?
Sometimes they got to get bit by that dog every now and then. It makes them a stronger person.
Yeah.
And then, sometimes you got to let people fall and let them bump their head. Think about how many times you bumped your head.
Yeah, but I don't want them to do that. So am I being selfish?
That's selfish. You try to say.
Am I selfish thinking about the kids?
When you say it like that, it sounds so crazy. And it sounds messed up. When you say it in that nature, but it's really not. So let me bring this back, because I know your time is valuable.
I want you to think about it. Okay.
Now, what advice do you have for a young comedian like myself?
Shit. Just do what you think is right, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about the funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think you can give them advice on how to do comedy. You can't. You got to have 10,000 hours. It's a thing you got to figure out on stage. You can't figure it out writing. You can write a joke, and it shit don't work until you try it. You got to apply it. So, but you got to do what you think is right for you. You can't take advice from nobody else. Me, Sid, anybody. Joe Rogan, nobody can give you the advice. You got to go through that shit yourself. But so, it ain't gonna happen if it ain't 100%.
True.
It ain't gonna happen.
And hold on.
You gotta know what you're doing this shit for.
I got that. But let me make sure I heard it. So, and Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan is yeah. I fuck with Rogan. I fuck with yes.
So by you bringing up, not many of us. When I say bring up the
white comics.
Yeah.
Let's say it. Try to get around. Black people don't watch white comics, is what you're saying? Or they don't bring them up as one of the greats?
Bring them up as one of the greats.
No, not man, boy. Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan is a monster, and he clean. Rogan.
Yeah. Bill
Burr is one of the, man, dude is hard. You got Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Hold up. Andrew Schultz. What? Yeah. Man, black comedy is different. I will say that.
Yeah.
When you come, you can do the rooms that Bill Burr, but Bill Burr came up in black circuits.
Yeah.
When you do black circuits, and you go way easier.
Yeah.
So most have done circuit.
Yeah.
But he has done mixed crowds and stuff like that. But I put Rogan up there, not just because it's comedy. His podcast and his mind, his point of view, his honesty is why I put him up there as one of the greats.
Yeah.
If we could have a dude that run the country, it'd be a dude like that.
I am a Joe Rogan fan.
I love.
As far as white comedians, I don't mind saying it like that. Big fan of Joe Rogan.
Mark Maron. Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the up there in the top 10 for storytelling.
Yeah.
Listen to him tell it.
Ari Shaffir. Yeah.
I fuck with and Neil Brennan.
Neil Brennan, yeah.
That wrote for the shit. A lot
Chappelle.
of people wrote on the back end.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you one of the greatest storytellers, and I'm gonna say this on camera. It ain't got nothing to do with white, black, and that. I'm talking about period. Ali Sadiq.
My guy.
The hands down the greatest storyteller comic on the planet. That dude is hard. Had the honor of opening for him. Did I host or featured at Zanies? Underrated, one of my top comedians. You never know. See him. Godfrey.
Man, yeah.
Mike James opens up for Godfrey, right? They came to Zanies. I'm gonna come down. I went down to see me and my wife and her cousin and somebody else, and I won't say somebody else. They might see this. Her boyfriend. No, because I don't want to say somebody else, and then he'd be like, "Who the fuck was this? Who are you talking about, bitch?" I can't even remember if it was her cousin. It was another couple, but me, my wife, and another couple went to see Godfrey.
Okay.
Dude, when I'm talking about tears, crying, there's no other comedian. It's hard to be a comedian. Not because I'm judging them, because I'm watching. I'm paying attention to what they doing, how they saying it. And I will laugh, but it's hard to get me to laugh. That nigga had me crying. I was up top, crying, laughing. Crazy thing is, Mike James said, he did a different set every fucking night. He was there for a weekend.
Good Lord.
Monster. Godfrey is a fucking monster. He do not get the accolades. He do not get the praise he deserves. Because people see him doing impressions. Cool. That nigga's mind, his material. Dude.
You talk about him like I talk about Corey Holcomb.
Corey, an animal. Godfrey brought Corey in the game.
Yeah. Corey is yeah.
Corey Holcomb a beast. But what I saw Godfrey do, nothing, not shitting on Corey. Corey's an animal.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen Godfrey live?
I have seen
You
Godfrey.
saw it?
I have seen
Enough
Godfrey
said.
twice.
This nigga had me crying. I've seen Corey Holcomb before.
Yeah.
I've been there when Gary Owens, everybody, I've been there watching Sid do his thing. And I like, that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Why this nigga Godfrey is not one of the top comedians on earth? I do not understand it. That goes back to what I say. Talent is a small part of it. You're not saying he's not grinding and hustling, which I know he is. Then you got people that pick people. You know how politics work in the comedy game?
Yep.
Even the clubs we work at, not, you know, you'll be like, why they up on stage when this dude, they can't even follow him. Mm-hmm. But it's politics to go on in this business too.
A lot of them.
Which makes me be like, do I really want to play that game while my kids suffer this shit? It's a lot of shit to think about with this shit.
I like being independent. I like being independent and being able to say where I can go and what I can do. But some of them, just like we talked about it just a few minutes ago, some of them opportunities come with other stuff on the back end. Where they take your time but try to take your creative control away. And this is, I get to say this because we're coming to a close, but I get to say this on camera. There are some that are headliners that will tell you, hey, stay away from this, stay away from that. And I'm a few months. So
stay away from this and what are you doing?
Stay away from this content. I'm doing this right here.
I've had to, man, dude.
There it is. I know.
The headliner had a whole weekend. All the partners know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his name. I was in front. I went up and murdered. First they were sending like the wait staff, the managers and stuff. Hey, can you not do this because he wants to do this and this, that. Okay, cool. Second show, can you not be so loud because then the owners will come and say something about their show. Then I talked to him, actually, he was like, you know, he was saying, you know, you don't have to be so loud to get your point across. Because when such and such, this, they listened. He was louder than me. Dynamic on the show, he was trying to shut my shit down. I ain't gonna say who it is. Everybody know who it is. Ron, all the comedians. There was what I'm talking about.
Hey, y'all know who it is.
They know who the fuck. Y'all know who we talking about. This ain't no local nigga. This is a big nigga.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
So they will. Even it's been famous that comedians will take comedians that are not that good, so they can save the show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We don't do that kind of shit. Like, we want it to be a good show overall. We don't want it to be boring, and then when it get to you, you don't have no energy from them. Put fire comedians on in front of you. That way, when it's your time, they set up, they ready to laugh, and it's either gonna be easy or hard. You gotta ride the wave. You gotta know how to do that shit. But if you have a dull show, people walk out before you get on stage. People will be tired of listening to this shit before you get there. So you gotta keep strong comics, and it make you better, but like I said before.
Iron sharp
killing
as
it,
iron.
there you go. Steel sharpens shit. Steel. Iron sharpens iron. So I can understand staying away from certain subject matters, especially if they heard your sentence. But like, okay, I can kind of get that, especially if it sounds too close to their joke.
Yeah.
But if you take it in a different way, like I've had situations to where some of my jokes, another comedian had, I'm gonna say it, this person name, should I say it? Because they're not here no more to defend themselves. It ain't even a defense thing. Well, what's his name?
Treese O'Neal.
No. Nigga from Friday, Ezel.
Man.
AJ Johnson,
AJ
shout out to
Johnson.
him. We got a joke that's similar, just very similar. I think it's my toilet paper joke. I think.
Didn't you do the AJ Johnson show in Columbia?
Did I do it?
I think you did.
Was that where this was in, matter of fact, yeah, because we was in Clarksville the night before, right? And then he did Columbia the next night, right?
And so I just got to, I see.
Yeah, it was Haymaker shit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So weekend, because he did Clarksville the night before.
Yeah.
Because he supposed to have a Hummer, a stretch limousine take him down to some shit, party bus. But he's like, man, that's my joke. I did it on Comic View. And I went and looked it up, and it's very, very similar. But my stance is, I only knew him from Friday. I never watched him on Comic View or Wells, because I never knew his, I wasn't into his stand-up. So I just knew him from the movies. So, yeah, sometimes comics do think alike. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I respect it because he was an OG, and I was like, okay, I still do the joke as mine, but I let him do it that night. Like, I didn't take it from you. Okay. I don't know you from stand-up, but, you know.
All right. My closing question. Yeah. My closing always the same. Today is March 9th, 2025. What would Flash Flood say today to 16-year-old Flash Flood if he could have a conversation with him right now?
Shit, start comedy when they put you out them classes, but do it in a structured environment. Like I would have started doing comedy back then when everybody told me I should be a comedian. When I didn't have children and responsibilities and this and that, I'd have started back then.
Okay.
Because they kind of push you away from that because, like I said, we don't see it as a viable option. You have to go to school. You have to get a degree. You got to be a doctor, a lawyer, this, that. Comedy wasn't an option, but it is an option.
Yeah.
So I think even in school, when they had the class clowns, the funny guys, they should pull them aside. Like, we need to create an avenue for y'all to do this in school as a curriculum. I think it should be taught, not because you can't teach a person how to do comedy, but you got to mold that comedy eye young and show them as an avenue to do it. It shouldn't be, stop it. You're disrupting the class because they say the classroom was taught like after churches.
Yeah.
And it's basically for girls, because girls they can sit down on. Boys got testosterone. Yeah. We got to move, and it was just made to be able to teach a collective, to sit them still. When that ain't the best way for children to learn.
You better know it.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they should have something in schools for the class clowns to be able to express themselves and be able to, you know, harness that energy, I think. But,
okay.
You know.
Any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man, all the comedians, all the local comedians, Renard, Hirsch, Brian Covington, Corey Cecil, Sebo, Ron, Mike James, to you, Chris, Darren, Aaron Wilbur, just sorry, you know, it ain't charge it to my head, not my heart. But all my brothers out there, man, just keep pushing because, you know, we got some hard hitters in the city, man.
Better know it.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my wife and my kids, man.
Well, y'all know y'all ain't got